Hi guys, welcome to another video. As promised, I will be doing just a little tour of the garden and showing you what's in bloom with my orchids and new growth on some of them. So I hope you like this video. Remember to hit the subscribe button, like and share if you're interested in more content like this. So let's get into it. So this is one of my favorite Catteyas that I have in my collection. I've had this Catteya for quite a little while. It took some years to start blooming for me, but no, she is blooming. She's giving me one spike after the other, and she is now in bloom. This is her second time blooming for this year. So this is the orchid. I have her in a clay pot, and she is also giving me new growth. You can see the new growth there, and there's new growth some other places. There are also some spikes that are coming up. There's one spike coming up there. There's a sheet with a spike right there, and I believe I saw another one, but it's probably not fully developed. This one not fully developed, but she is in bloom. I will put her name below. She is a scented orchid, so it just smells good. It smells really good, and it's just a beautiful orchid. I like the yellow in the lip. I really love this yellow. I really love this. So I like the yellow in the lip, and I like the rose pink petals. Very beautiful orchid. So this is a great orchid to have. It's just that it may take some time to bloom, but maybe the condition that you keep it in, it probably won't take as much time to bloom as mine did. But it's a beautiful orchid. This is my Dendrobium Madame Splash. I have her in a mesh basket that I made. I am supposed to do a tutorial showing you how I make my mesh baskets, but guys, I promised to do it a long time ago and I really need to get to it. So as soon as I have the time, I will do that video, probably when I'm on vacation sometime in August. So this is my Madame Splash. So it bloomed for me already. It's a very beautiful bloom. If I have photos of it in this phone, then I'll just put it in the corner. So this is a spike, so I need to cut this spike now because it's all dried up. But it has given me a new growth since blooming, and we've had a lot of rain since the passing of Hurricane Beryl, and I realized that worms were on it. So they're the one who will damage the leaves like this. So I intend on spraying with some garlic water. So I'm going to soak some garlic in water and spray it. It keeps off pests and stuff like that. So this is my Dendrobium Madame Splash. Another favorite of mine is my Dendrobium Pink, number 78. It blooms a beautiful pink, somewhat to the Catteya that I showed you earlier, but a deeper pink, like very beautiful. I love that it grows fluffy like this. Have the same problem with this orchid since the passing of Hurricane Beryl, and we got the rain on and off. I had worms on it that I had to take off that was eating at the leaves, so I doing the treatment with the garlic water very soon. So I love this orchid, and I just love how it grows fluffy. I have it in an old wooden basket, and she has been doing well. This is a new growth that she has given me, and this is also a new growth that the worms gnaw at. You have a time when this orchid grows really fast and push out a lot of suckers or kikis, and then you have a time when nothing is happening with this orchid. It just goes dormant. But I am in love with it. I don't know if you guys remembered, or if you're new here, you can go and check out my other video when I went to the Orchid Orchid Society. They had a show in Orchid, and it was a magnificent show. So I got these two sucklings at that show, and there are two Dendrobium sucklings. So if you watch that video, you'll see how small they were. They were like two little bulbs when I just got them. And this one is a Dendrina Zaran Blue, and the other one, let me just twist her, is a Den Me Cyanil. I love the blooms on it. I really like the white with the purple. So you know, they're sucklings, they're babies, they have not matured, so it's not time for them to bloom as yet. But just look at how lovely they are growing. They are coming in really nice. The reason why, well, both of them are in the same little containers, because I think dendrobiums like to be squished together. They don't like the roots to have this whole heap of space, and I realized that they also do very well on the tree. So this one, I think I had both of them, didn't have time to pot them up separately, so I put both of them together, and they have been thriving. And I said, based on the color blooms, it's a good contrast to have together, so I will keep them like that. And when I'm repotting, I think I will just keep them just the same like that. And then what I can do is I can take off a kiki every now and again when it's mature and place it somewhere else. So yes, that's my two baby dens that I have coming up. So lovely. Their leaves are shine and beautiful. The worms did not get at this one, so I am really happy for that. And moving on to my Dendrobium pink variety, she's in a clay pot. This has been an orchid in my collection for over 3 years. I had her in a little small 4-inch pot like this, squished together. Gave me a lot of kikis, a lot of new growth. So what I did was I separated her before I started doing YouTube videos. I separated her, put some on my tree, and kept one in a pot, in this clay pot. She is also in bloom, and I am loving her bloom. It's beautiful. She is a frequent bloomer, so if you want a dendrobium that blooms a lot, you can get her. Once she pushes up a cane and that cane matures, 9 out of 10 chances she's going to bloom further down, so you can anticipate a bloom. So I am in love with this orchid. You know, I like the lip of the orchids. I just love the designs in them. So I'm just giving you a close-up so you can see what the lip looks like. And she has around 12 to 13 blooms on her spike, which is beautiful. She is captivating. So that's my Dendrobium pink variety. There is something though about this orchid, right? The more exposure it gets to the sun, is the darker the pink in the leaves. If it doesn't get any exposure to the sun, the leaves, not the leaves, the petals, the blooms are white or a light yellow. But if you have it in the direct sun or in more sunlight, it gets this color. So I'm going to show you a contrast between one that I have on my orchid tree, which is in the shade, and you will see the difference in the bloom. I have my phals over here. My phals are not blooming now. They were in bloom a couple months ago. So my phals are just giving me new growth now, and new leaves and new roots and all of that good stuff, and they're preparing for the winter to come into next year for their new blooming season. This is a favorite of mine. It blooms a lot. I lost the name tag to this orchid, but I believe I got the name and put it in another video, so I will attach it below. This orchid has given me 2 kikis. This is one that I'm touching, and this is the other one around here. So I am really excited for that, and she's also giving me new leaves on the mother one. So a lot of new growth taking place with this Phalaenopsis orchid. This is also another beautiful Phalaenopsis orchid of mine. Look at the leaves on this one. They are huge. I believe even though you have Phalaenopsis orchids, you have different types of phals which give you different shape leaves and all of that. This one bloomed already. So she is just giving me new leaves now. I don't know, this, I love how this leaf is twisted. So she has been giving me new leaves, and her spike is no longer, because all her blooms fell off because her time for blooming is up. But she has a lot of new roots, and she's also giving a lot of new leaves. These two Dendrobium succulents are two orchids that I purchased when Montego Bay had their orchid show. The Montego Bay Orchid Society had their show. I also went and I made a video, so you can check out that video on my channel. So I purchased these, I pot them up in these little pots, and I've kept them like that. So one is a alright, there's a name, Napoleon Starbright number 790, and the other one is a Den Surya Gold. This one is beautiful based on research and how the bloom looks. So I have them here, they're chilling and they're coming on, so can't wait to see, you know, when they have fully matured and bloomed. The Dendrobium, sometimes when they're succulents, they may seem like they're taking some time to come into, but when they actually do, you will be pleased and you will be grateful that you waited. So you can get succulents, grow them from their young, and you know, see how you like that. So you know, in gardening, not everything goes as planned. So this is one of my mini Phalaenopsis. It has a beautiful yellow and pink bloom, but what happened with this orchid is that a section of the tree that it was under got damaged, and the orchid was exposed to a lot of sun, which burnt the leaves. So I have her in this corner. She's just recuperating, and I'm just waiting for her to come back into her full glory. But she's a beautiful mini Phalaenopsis that you would love to have in your collection. And I have her in a clay pot. I love the clay pots. This is my son Vanda. Maybe you're not able to see it properly. Hopefully you are. It recently bloomed, probably not recently, 2 to 3 months ago it finished bloom. This is the spike that it bloomed from, and then I noticed it has a kiki on it, which I did a video showing this kiki. But since then this kiki has grown a lot, you see. But I'm going to leave her, let her get more mature before removing her from the mother plant. And I also have another sun Vanda in the back. This one has never bloomed for me, but eventually she will. I don't know if you guys love shade Vanda, but I know I adore them. This is my shade Vanda. She blooms a burgundy with a little burnt yellow orange dots, or some little dots on it. Hopefully I have a photograph of the bloom in this phone. If I do, then I'll show you guys. She has given me 3 babies. You can see them right there, and I am waiting on them to mature to take them out, or maybe I let them stay. I'm not sure, because I think that if I let them stay, when they bloom I will have a fluffier pot of blooming orchids, shade Vanda. This is the root system. It doesn't have a very heavy root system like the sun Vanda, but it's not bad. And this is the name of this shade Vanda. So I have her under this tree right here, so you know that she is getting a lot of shade, partial sun, so it's a perfect environment for her. So this is my orchid tree. It's a lot. I have the Dendrobium pink variety tied on it. That's another orchid. It's an encyclia, that one in the hanging basket that I made. Dendrobium here. This is a pencil orchid, I believe. And I have orchids stick along this tree, and then I'll soon show you her that is also in bloom. And then I also have this orchid that sheds all its leaves when it's about to bloom. Remember I was telling you about the Den pink variety, and that when it doesn't get enough exposure to the sun, it it's not as pink, it gives you a pale yellow. See, it's the same one like the den with the pink in it, but this one didn't get a lot of exposure to the sun, so it came out like this. But it's beautiful either way to me. I'll get a better view when I'm on the other side. So this is a better view. You see it had that little teeny pinkish in the middle, but it didn't get enough exposure to the sun, so you don't have the full pink like the other one. I have a dancing lady. I had high hopes for this dancing lady. She has given me a lot of new growths, but I am a bit disappointed in her blooms. She gave me these two very long spikes, but that's all I got at the end. Most of her blooms dried up. Not sure why I did everything that I think I should have done, but I still didn't get the blooms that I was hoping for, so maybe next time around. And this is another Den Pink variety. This one got damaged during Hurricane Beryl, but she seems to be still doing pretty good. She is also the same as the Den Pink variety, so it's just the exposure to the sun that caused her to not have that bright pink in the leaves. Hope you can see her. That's my Den LD red. It's the most beautiful Dendrobium orchid to me that I have in my collection. Let me see if I can move my fern. So there she is. She is in bloom. She is very beautiful. I'm going to climb up to see if I can get a better view of her, but she's tied to the tree and doing well. She is on the, and then that's my bird nest fern that I have attached to the tree from she was a baby. So this is a better view of the Den LD red. She has given me 3 spikes. So on one orchid alone, I have gotten 2 spikes. On one orchid alone. And one spike has like 12 to 13. When the sun sets a little, I will come and see if I can get a better shot of her blooms. But they are beautiful. And one of the other cane gave me 1 spike, so I ended up with 3 spikes. Very beautiful orchid. So down here is my orchid tree as well, which I recently created. There's not a lot going on here. Nothing is in bloom, but there's a lot of new growth. This is a den, not a den, this is a Catteya orchid. It blooms purple. I see some sheets, so I hope that they actually have blooms in them, and I have new growth as well. So it bloomed for me since I've had it down here, but hoping it will bloom again pretty soon. This is a Dendrobium that I attached here. Was not doing very well, but I realized I'm gonna put it here. It has been giving me new growths and attach itself perfectly to the old guinea tree and doing very well. This is another Catteya. If you look on my channel, you'll see where I was showing you how I mounted my orchid and how I mounted this Catteya orchid, so you can check out that video on my channel. It's a very interesting video, short and spicy. This one is a bare root or Catteya that I potted up, and since potting her up, she was in bloom, and she has given me a new growth, so that's really nice. I had this Catteya orchid and it was rotting away, not doing good on the tree at the top that I had it on, and I've since moving her and putting her on this tree in the shade. She has given me a new growth, which I am happy for. I can say that Catteya blooms are very beautiful, but they're not my favorite, but I do like them. And that's another Catteya. It's a Catteya red. It has put up a couple sheets, but no bloom as yet. And this one has never bloomed for me, but It is pretty fluffy, as you can see. And then over there I have a dendrobium. I have a native orchid to Jamaica right there, and I have a Dendrobium aggregatum right here. This was a bare root orchid, so it's just getting used to this area. It has not bloomed for me, but it has definitely given me a lot of new growth. So that's my orchid tree, guys. And I have this rose, which is now fading away, but she's still gorgeous, isn't she? And look at the root system on this Catteya. I realize that Catteya orchids, they really do send out a lot of roots and a lot of sucker, depending on the type though, but they have a tendency to do that. Beautiful prayer plant. She's doing so good under this tree. Magnificent. I had to squeeze her in. She looked too gorgeous not to be in this video. You see how beautiful she is up there? So beautiful. I zoom it in a lot, maybe that's why it's looking like that. This is my African monk orchid. I had her tied to a tree. One of my subscribers told me that it is not a orchid for mountain, really. It's a terrestrial orchid, so he wanted a little soil. So I took her down and placed her in soil, and since repotting her, she has bloomed. And that's her bloom. Little pink dash, very delicate and cute. And I've also realized that she has a seed pod right here, so something got to her, but she's looking really beautiful. So those are my orchids in bloom. Those are the new growths that I am experiencing. If you like this video, remember to hit the subscribe button so you never miss anything that I post. And just have a great day and live your best blessed life. Thanks for watching. Bye.